Watch and learn, baby.
Hello everyone, Gene Molina here, Natural Tennis Solutions. We're going over the serve. I'm giving you a sample clip of what the serve, at least what my perspective is on it, what my regimen will be, what I like to do with it. So what I like to do is I like to start off with the upper body and just show you what I want you to feel with the upper body, and then I go into a little bit of the lower body, and then we put them together and then we see what we can get there. But first, let's go over the upper body stuff. So there's something that I like to do with the hands and the forearm and the wrist, and that's let it go. So right now I'm shaking water off my hand. If my hand is wet, I don't have anything to dry it off with, I want to shake the water off my hand. That's the easiest way to get water off your hand very quickly. And you can see that my fingers blur here. You can't really see them. It's very fast. So if I take a ball and I want to throw it and I actually just kind of push, then the ball will get pushed. If I take a ball and I pull back a little bit this way and I do that, it gets thrown off as well. But then if I eventually end up doing those two pieces, which is hold it here, also bring it back, but then release it, now I use the shaking the water off my hand to throw the ball. So it would be something like that. And that should feel more effortless and more fluid than just pushing here or starting already here where my muscles are already tensed up and then I need to actually use the muscles to go, compared to just pulling it back and letting it go using my flexibility. So flexibility becomes one of the biggest things that we need to do, but we also need to know how to load it up in order to release it. So that's the first step. So let me grab a couple more balls here. So now I go into doing the actual setup with the toss and the hit. So the first thing I want to show you is I want to be next to a wall where my non-dominant arm is going to be here and my chest is going to be perpendicular to the wall. When I toss, I'm tossing there. I'm tossing parallel to the wall. It's kind of like if you're setting up on the baseline and the baseline becomes that line. So I'm just tossing across this wall. So now I need to use this type of motion in order to hit this ball. Typical setup though for most people would be to set up here, toss the ball and hit the ball into the wall. And if you notice, the ball hits the wall and comes straight back down. So I toss it up and it goes there. Because my hand is actually doing this and pushing into the wall, kind of, that's making the ball go that way. So now here's the contrary to that. What I like to teach is going across the ball. Even though this would be considered a flat serve, I know people call me crazy, a flat serve, going across and putting spin on it, how dare you, but it's true. It's true. I hit my flat serve, slash flat serve, or quote unquote. I hit my flat serve, but I go across it. It still has a flat trajectory, but it has spin on it as well. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to toss it up and I'm going to use this. But the difference is my arm's going up as this happens, right? So I'm going across like this, but my arm's going up. So what it creates is the radial slash ulnar deviation. And those two are talked about on the serve a lot. But the problem is you don't want to know you're doing it. If you know you're doing it, you're going to screw it up. So I don't want you to know you're doing it. I want you to know you're flicking water off your hand. And if you're flicking water off your hand, but you're also going up to hit the ball, you're doing this motion. So now here's the sample. Now remember, on the first one I showed you, the ball went into the net or into the wall. Now here's what happens if I don't do that. So now it goes across. And when I hit it, my hand went across the ball this way. So my hand actually went across this way. Let me do it again. I know that the hand is too fast for this camera. We need like a 500 FPS camera or something. But anyway, so here it is. I'm going to toss it up and I'm going to go. And notice how that one I went across it. It actually went into the wall like this, and it spun on the wall a little bit, and then it went out to that side. Let me get a few more balls. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to see if I can get that same result. That was pretty cool, actually. So I'm going to go up. Oh, and mishit it. So you see it? If it mishits anywhere, it's probably going to go that direction, and that's okay. I'm assuming people will mishit this. So the way it's supposed to be happening is my hand is relaxed, it's loose, it's going across, but I'm trying to get across it, and I'm trying to hit it kind of in here. It's going to be a little difficult. Give it a bunch of tries. You got to give it a few tries. If you don't, you're probably not going to get it, but give it a few tries. But you really have to let the hand go. Don't tense it up and keep it like this. This is tense. Let the fingers just go. Believe me, as you're going up and letting this go, the hand does open up a little more to get into that position. It will, as long as you're going up to do it, right? You're going up and across. So it's almost like I'm trying to make this hand go up and across the wall here. Up and across the wall. And if you need to practice that like that, that's fine too. All right, I'm going to try one more. I'm not going to get nervous this time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. There it goes. So I went across it, it went into the wall, and it took off to the side. That is the first piece that I want you to see on my perspective of the serve as to what you need to learn. So the majority of people will just start serving with their forehand grip, and they toss the ball up and they push it out into the court. And this is what I'm showing you as far as what I want to start with. I'm going to give you the behind the back perspective. I want you to see what this ball will do if I actually hit it going towards the court. All right, here we go. Okay, so that's the first video on just showing you what the serve course will have in it. The progression from that will go into using the racket, actually holding it like this, and doing the same thing, trying to get that same motion. You're going to see that using the racket actually is going to get a little more difficult because there's weight. So your wrist doing that move, or your arm doing that move, it's not really the wrist is just relaxed. Doing that move will go a little bit slower, it won't go as fast, but you got to feel like you're still getting that same piece in there. So if I do it with my racket right now and I just kind of go there, that's kind of what it's going to look like. So it might look like I'm trying to go and hit that camera, but notice ball's going away, not hitting the camera, ball's going that way. And I'm just trying to get the feel of what it is to let this thing go. Just let the arm go instead of patty cake, toss and push out into that side. All right, so hopefully that will interest you into what the serve course will be. I will probably put another video out on what the leg movement will be. So I like to go again from the top and then from the bottom, and then we put it together and we have some shape to the serve. See you on the next one.